In the private clinic, Bill asks Liam, who is sitting up, if he is feeling okay. Liam is not sure. He's apprehensive about being in a private facility ready to have experimental surgery. Bill is upbeat as Grace appears. She recognizes that this is unusual, but she believes in her colleague and the technique. Once Liam is ready for his surgery, the surgeon enters, followed by Grace. Bill says he is counting on him to save his son's life. Liam asks if they're ready to depart. Grace takes Bill aside and tells him that the money must be sent and paid in full. He pushes her to text him the information. He does not want to lose his son. Bill assures Liam that he'll be waiting outside. "I love you," Liam replies. "I love you too, Dad." Both of them are emotional and tight. Surprise visitor and missing patient. Bridget informs Finn at the hospital that she will go check on Liam. She sincerely hopes he had a good night. Finn is impressed at how he's handled everything. He's prioritized his loved ones. Bridget claims he took a bullet for Steffi. Finn mentions how tough it is for her to wrap her mind around his death. She knows Liam will want to get home as soon as possible. Finn admits he isn't ready yet. Poppy appears and explains, "Because of what my daughter did and how troubled she was." Poppy informs Finn that he needs to talk to him about Luna. She never thought she did the right thing by Finn, but she loved him the way she wanted to be loved. Poppy has many regrets about her daughter, but the most painful one is not telling her who her father is. Bridget leaves and Poppy suspects Finn despises her. She expresses relief that their daughter is no longer present. She can't forget the terrible things Luna done to her. Can he forgive her? Finn wonders what she expects him to say. Luna was quite disturbed. Poppy laments, "He was still my child. And his. He must be grieving the loss." Finn is unable to achieve this. "I have to check on Liam," he says. Poppy feels bad, and Finn wonders if she expects him to say anything to make her feel better. Finn exits after a nurse knocks and summons him. Bridget inquires in Liam's room with the nurse whether he has been taken for tests. The nurse adds that Dr. Buckingham has discharged him into the care of his father, Bill Spencer. Bridget arrives to locate Finn and informs him that Grace Buckingham has released Liam into Bill's custody. Bridget is confident he will have an army of physicians and nurses. Finn wonders if they even realize this is what Liam wanted. Bridget believes Bill would do everything for his son. Steffi will not shed a tear for Luna. At Forrester, Steffi, Hope and Carter discuss the Luna shooting. Steffi will never forget Liam's lunge for the gun. He is a great individual. Brooke appears and expresses her agreement. Liam Spencer is a true hero. The conversation shifts to Liam's brain tumor, and Carter expresses gratitude to Steffi and Hope. Brooke wishes the others had known. Hope claims Liam wanted it this way. Brooke inquires, "So there's truly nothing the physicians can do?" They discuss the shooting again, and Steffi claims Luna was teasing Liam. Carter inquires about the impact Luna's death had on Finn. Steffi appreciates the care. Brooke is sure Finn is experiencing mixed emotions. Hope has no idea how Luna imagined she could be in their lives. Steffi claims she grew obsessed. She was quite dangerous. "I'm not going to cry now that she's gone." Steffi makes a phone call to check on Miss Dillon. She wondered how Liam was doing. Carter worries when Liam will be able to return home. Steffi is certain Bill will insist on keeping him at his residence. She blames him for much of this. "I'm simply grateful Liam was not taken from them." Bill prays for a miracle. Bill gives someone at the private clinic instructions to wire the money over the phone. He mutters to himself that the doctor should know what he's doing. Grace reassures Liam that he is in capable hands in the operating room. They tuck him down and exchange glances. Grace finally says, "Scalpel," and they start. In the waiting area, Bill receives confirmation that the wire transfer was successful. Looking skyward, he tells God that if he wants to take someone, take him. He begs, "Please do not take my son away from me." In the operating room, Liam's eyes twitch as Grace and the surgeon work on his brain. Grace joins Bill in the waiting area and informs him that the surgery is complete. Liam is recovering. Bill wants to see him right now. Grace brings him into the recovery room, where Liam remains unconscious. Grace claims he will stay for a while. The surgeon claims the surgery went nicely. Grace informs Bill they performed a medical miracle for his son. Bill expresses his disappointment because he was previously told he had little chance of survival. but now she believes he can. Grace nods. That's what she is telling him. Bill marvels at the odds of this happening 1 in a million. The bold and the beautiful spoilers are in for Thursday, July 17, 2025. Fans may expect Liam Spencer to remain unconscious in tomorrow's episode following brain surgery. Bill Spencer, on the other hand, does not waste any time in smuggling his kid out of the surgical center. Meanwhile, word will spread that the patient is missing. Continue reading to learn more about what will happen in the next episode of CBS's soap drama. Liam Spencer underwent brain surgery. Let's start with Liam, who recently underwent brain surgery at a private surgical clinic. Grace Buckingham continuously urging Liam to undergo the experimental surgery. She then urged John Finnegan to press Liam to make a decision. After the shooting, Grace went to Bill and eventually got the okay. This surgery was scheduled for the very following day, so there was little time to inform anyone. Grace Buckingham's victory. Grace assured Bill that the surgery had gone quite well. The doctor said that the tumor had been completely removed. Then she termed it a miracle and seemed overjoyed. I'm not sure if it's about the tumor or the $1 million transfer she recently received. Not to add that her colleague appeared unusually quiet, and there was something strange about him. Bill Spencer's patient napping. Liam will remain asleep during the surgery. Bill takes a brave step and whisks his son out of the surgical center. It's unclear whether Bill and Grace had this plan all along, or if Bill acted spontaneously. In any case, that is quite risky and Liam will require round-the-clock care. Even if the tumor was completely removed, the procedure had a number of dangers. Grace had warned Liam that he could suffer nerve damage and become bedridden. Thursday, July 17, 2025. The bold and the beautiful teasers for the next episode state that Hope Logan and Steffi Forrester Finnegan will continue to be concerned about Liam. Now that John Finnegan and Bridget Forrester are aware of Grace's discharge of Liam, Hope and Steffi are sure to discover that Liam is missing next. Will Bill inform everyone that he is looking after Liam? Or will it remain a secret? Could Grace disappear just for the purpose of serving as Liam's paid caregiver while he recovers? Which narrative are you most looking forward to witnessing on Thursday, July 17, 2025? Share your opinions in the comments area below. Remember to keep watching CBS or Paramount Plus to see what happens next. Bill's behavior has always straddled the line between ruthlessness and protection, but his actions this time are clearly harmful. In an unexpected turn of events, Bill decides to kidnap Liam. Not out of malice, at least not entirely, but rather from a very twisted sense of power and desperation. Bill's intention is to protect Liam from himself, the chaos around him, and from making what he considers a disastrous mistake. At first, it's unclear what error Bill is making, but it soon becomes clear that he's intervening in multiple situations. Liam's emotional disintegration, his delicate connection with Hope, and the breakup with Steffi. All of this comes together in Bill's mind to form one unbreakable truth. Liam must be saved, whether he wants to or not. Liam is, unsurprisingly, taken off guard. One moment he's attempting to digest everything he's lost. The next he's imprisoned to a gorgeous but locked home in an unidentified area. It's typical Bill Spencer, strong, decisive, and terrifyingly out of limits. Liam realizes that escaping will not be easy. Bill has taken every step to ensure that Liam cannot reach out, leave, or resist without facing penalties. Bill explains everything with the icy logic that only someone with a God complex can muster. Liam will someday appreciate him. But Liam knows better. He's been through Bill's tough love schemes before, and this one crosses every possible line. Back in Los Angeles, Hope and Steffi are obsessed with worry. Both women had been suffering with their own forms of heartbreak and confusion before to Liam's sudden absence. Hope, still hurting from their breakup and remorse about her relationship with Thomas, is the first to discover Liam's absence. At first, she believes he's just taking up space. But as the hours move into days and days into weeks, her senses tell her something is very wrong. When she contacts Steffi, she discovers that she has experienced the same weird silence. This is when panic sets in. Despite their strained relationship, Hope and Steffi band together in a frantic search for Liam. Their combined terror overcomes their antagonism, and both women face the horrifying possibility that Liam is in genuine danger. As they delve further, the puzzle pieces gradually begin to fit. A witness saw Bill's automobile leave the city boundaries and go toward the mountains. Another individual claims they witnessed Liam being forced into the back seat. Hope can scarcely breathe as she realizes that Bill has done something inconceivable. And it's not just about dealing with a difficult parent who wants to protect his son. This is abduction. This is mass manipulation. Steffi, who is growing increasingly wary of Bill's darker side, quickly rallies Ridge and even contacts Carter for legal assistance. They know Bill's money can protect him from punishment, but they need a strategy that hits him where it counts: his reputation, authority, and most importantly, his access to Liam. Meanwhile, within the hidden estate, Liam approaches Bill. The emotional intensity is nearly overwhelming. Liam seeks answers, pushing past dread to rage. Bill, ever the tactician, lays it out with unwavering composure. He thinks Liam has been spinning, losing sight of his children, his ethics, and himself. He accuses optimism and Steffi of influencing Liam in various ways, with the former presenting false optimism and the latter weaponizing guilt. Bill believes that this intervention is the only way to reset Liam's life. But Liam's wrath only intensifies. He sees through everything. This is not about saving him. This is about Bill's urge to control, to write the story the way he wants, and to keep his family under his thumb. Bill does not flinch when Liam's remarks strike a deep chord. He tells Liam that he'll stay until he's clear-headed, whatever that means in Bill's twisted definition of care. The outer world continues to move. Hope sobs in Brooke's arms, admitting that she feels partially to fault. Brooke attempts to calm her down, but she knows what Bill is capable of. She's been through his machinations and romantic power plays. Ridge, meantime, is furious. He lashes out at Bill in public, calling him crazy and dangerous. Katie, caught in the middle as usual, is devastated. Her devotion to her child's father is put to the ultimate test, and her worst worries about Bill's need for control are verified. She wants to assist, but she knows Bill would not listen. That is when Grace Buckingham abruptly enters the spotlight. Grace, who had been silently watching the community collapse around her, suddenly finds herself in a position of power. She discovers a digital trail, security footage, bank transactions, and GPS data that demonstrates Bill organized the entire event. Initially, no one knows what she intends to do with this information. Grace has always walked a morally ambiguous path, but this time she chooses justice. She turns over the proof to the authorities, despite the fact that it involves facing a guy who has the potential to damage her career. Grace's choice sends shockwaves throughout the community. With the walls closing in, Bill begins to crack. Liam refuses to play along and demands to be released. The police shut in on the estate just as emotions between father and son reach a fever pitch. For a brief moment, Bill seemed to be thinking the unthinkable, sending Liam somewhere even more isolated, where no one will ever discover him. But the moment fades. Something in Liam's words, the searing betrayal in his eyes, reaches out to him. He falters. Just as he's about to make a decision, Ridge, Hope, Steffi, and a group of officers appear at the door. The reunion is hectic. Hope rushes to Liam's side. Steffi stands transfixed, overcome with relief and hatred. Ridge confronts Bill with clenched fists and a fiery wrath. For a brief period, it appears that things will turn violent. But Bill, cornered and terrified, does not say anything. He does not fight arrest or justify his actions. He merely stands there, as the gravity of his decisions begins to weigh on him. Meanwhile, Liam does not celebrate. He's fatigued, emotionally spent, and still trying to comprehend how close he came to losing everything, including his own agency. Back in town, the consequences are severe. Bill is jailed without bail, and a media frenzy ensues. Spencer Publications is under siege, and Katie takes over temporarily, while simultaneously navigating an emotional minefield at home. Reporters attack Will's school. Wyatt is taken aback, split between anger at his father and compassion for his brother. The Spencer family cracks, possibly for good. But amidst the debris, one unexpected figure emerges with fresh respect: Grace. Her actions not only saved Liam, but also revealed a fact that the town had been denying for years. Bill's control, left unchecked, might lead to darkness without warning.